good news, George. So far, the competition has gone extremely well in Russia, and I have to say, watching the two lads there in Volgograd, there's a certain amount of envy, I have to say, because Michael, we all know from being at the major championships, okay, in a working capacity, but it is a really special experience, and not everybody has that opportunity to get to them. So it's nice to be able to sort of give them an idea of what it's like. It is a very special experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. Like, and I think this World Cup, you know, Russia isn't a country that you choose to visit, let's be honest. You don't go there too often for your holidays. If it's in France or Germany, it's a different scenario. So I think what the lads say there is very relevant as well. In the smaller cities like Volgograd, they talk about the whole city will totally embrace the tournament. You'll see it everywhere you go, and you'll get a real feel for it. Possibly in Moscow, it's just not as significant. There's a lot more going on. It's a much bigger city. But one thing that I've been impressed by, the atmosphere in the stadium sounds good in all the games. The stadiums look fantastic as well. The actual arenas look fantastic. And, so far everything I think about the tournament has been extremely positive.
Yeah, and we can talk about going there as a fan, we can talk about going there as a member of the media, but obviously going there as a manager or indeed a player has got to be the goal for every single player. And the same with you and the women's senior team. I mean, to get to a major championship must drive everybody on. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think we really started to instill that belief, when Colin came in, and he's a winning manager. He's won Champions League, and that's just in general just his mentality. And he really believed in us. He never asked us to do anything that maybe that was out of our ability or comfort zone, but because he knew we could. So we really did start to believe in ourselves, maybe more than other years. And obviously that's it's been a massive disappointment, but I think there is genuinely now that we've built something now to lead on to, because again, it's the dream to be in a World Cup, or a Euros competition. But we really thought we could have at least kind of snatched one of those playoffs and got to France. But yeah, we'll just have to hang tight for a little bit more, and
maybe the Euros.
Exactly.
It's a decent target, it certainly is. And Damien, having been there as a player, I'm just wondering, I mean, the fans can enjoy the whole experience. They're relaxed, they're on holidays essentially, and then going to watch their team, a great experience. From a player's point of view, you're focusing on the matches, you're focusing on training, and sometimes we hear stories about players being bored out of their tree and this, that and the other. But I mean, can you absorb the experience at the major championships?
Yeah, well, I've obviously in Japan and Korea, and you just had to look out your window, and there was 100,000 people in Korea cheering their team on the streets on big screens. So you still get to taste it, I guess. But I always can't fathom when you see players complaining, especially the English players, when they've been away for a month and they're bored.
Yeah.
It's the pinnacle of their career. Get over it. Just get a box set, rest, eat the right food, and be prepared for your game on a Saturday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Just to say you're bored. It's the best days of your life, so just enjoy them.
Yeah, it's certainly the philosophy of the German camp. Certainly when they go away, they drink in the experience, and they love going to the championships, and it shows, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. The Germans, because the Germans know they're always going to be there, we did a lot of... well, we didn't try to copy them because we couldn't financially, but they prepare so far in advance. I think they'll have been preparing for Russia for 3 years. They'll just assume that they're going to qualify. They do it for every tournament, and the players totally embrace the situation.
Yeah.
Did
your group, Michael, really enjoy that French experience?
We had an amazing time, and it's not just the time in the tournament; it's the preparation time. It's actually the build-up for the likes of ourselves from. The friendlies in March, knowing you're coming together, naming the squad, that preparation time. It was magical, we had a wonderful time. And I did say to the players, look, you must treat it as if it's your last tournament, and that's the way you have to treat it. It's interesting, like, you were young when you were in, what age were you in Korea, Damien? 22. So probably, you probably think, I'll get another chance, and you obviously got the Euros in 2012, but it doesn't come around. And the thing that for the Germans, in particular, I mean, they're at every tournament, so every 2 years they're doing it. But they seem to still, their attention to detail, how they prepare for it, is significant, and the players obviously buy into it all the time, albeit they've lost their first game.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll try and make amends very quickly. But wouldn't it be great for all of us, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, to be back at the next major championships? Both Republic of Ireland teams, by the way. That's the goal, and let's hope we'll be there next time around.